Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, we finished painting Abel and it is still the same day. It's probably about 1:30 in the afternoon. And I was thinking this was going to take a really long time to dry, but if you come out here and you touch it, it is perfectly glossy and sealed to the touch. So I think it would be okay to start unmasking a bunch of this stuff. It probably won't be a good idea to stand on things though, I don't think. Well, I mean, even this area is almost hard. So this stuff cured a lot faster than I thought it would, which is kind of nice. Man, this has a nice smooth, satiny, semi-gloss finish to it. This is really nice. A lot better than that chalky feeling that the other paint had. So yeah, this is a world of difference. This Sherwin-Williams paint went on real thick. I did this in like one coat. Feels good to the touch. This is some high quality stuff. So far I'm really happy with the way it's performed, and yeah. So I guess it's time to start unwrapping the Christmas gift to see what this is going to look like. I think we're going to start putting everything back together, if not all of it today. Probably split this into tomorrow as well. And the only thing I can't do is put the spare tire back up because my spare tire cylinder's got a leak in it. And so one of my friends has a spare that's already had the check valves, the ball check valves removed from it. So I'm going to pick that up from him on Monday, and then I can get that replaced too. But as far as everything else goes, we can start getting everything tidied up and reinstalled. Time consuming, but we're getting there. I just have a little bit more on the exoskeleton and the solar panels, and then we can start putting stuff back on. Did I mention how smooth this is? Look at that shine. It's pretty awesome. For such a, well, normal price it would be expensive. It would be $92 a gallon, but I got all this paint for 300 bucks. So that's probably why I'm pretty happy. Well, I got up super early this morning and got just about everything done. I think the only thing I haven't got done is the spare tire and the ladders. And since it's supposed to be 100 degrees today, I figured I'd attack these door jambs and get those knocked out too. And the door, of course. So yeah, got to take the door assembly apart, take this guy off of here, get the panel off, mask some stuff off, and then go for it. I think that'll improve the look of this even more so. But yeah, we're gonna keep moving right along. Also, these are all dry rotted and failed, so I had to order some new ones. I found them on eBay using the Parts TM, the 24P Parts TM. But yeah, this is turning out really sharp. Well, we're moving right along. This is one coat using some dollar store brushes. And then over here, I just finished the second coat. I think it's going to take 3 coats to get every last little bit taken care of. So yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's just really time consuming. We'll keep going though. All right. 3 coats on both sides is what it took to cover up every little imperfection, crack, crevice, chip paint, all that stuff from the factory. It's about 95 degrees out here, and the paintbrush was drying as I was painting. You'd get it wet and throw a bunch of paint up on the door or the cab, and it would just about dry immediately. So I'm going to be able to put this back together today, but I am going to let it cure a little bit longer because it is still kind of gummy. But yeah, it was no problem. Something to keep in mind is you've got this little floor mat retaining clip that's in here with 4 screws. Make sure you soak that with WD-40 and use a screwdriver and a hammer to slowly turn those out. I had a heck of a time with a couple of them that broke off, and I had to go get some new hardware at the store. But yeah, just a little warning there if you take that out. This is shaping up to look really, really sharp. Well, the inner window trim left my truck about 5 years ago, and these are the outers, and as you can see, they are absolutely trashed. They will not stay in worth anything, and it's like the sun has shrunk them probably 1/4 of an inch, so they don't fit at all. So I went on eBay and ordered a new set, inners and outers. It was about $100. So these are going in the bye-bye bin. However, by the way, it was almost 100 degrees today, so 97 right now, and it was 98 earlier, and it's starting to cool down a bit, but a little warm. Check out the difference this makes with the door jambs painted. Doesn't that just look awesome? It's well worth the effort if you have one of these trucks to paint these. It'd be best if you could mask off that rail right there and spray them. That would probably be the best way to do it. However, with a brush, I was able to do it. I have some touch-up to do on both steps now. I made the mistake of twisting my foot while I was standing on them, and that aggravated the paint in that spot. So, yeah, check it out. So what have we got left to do? Well, the spare tire cylinder that's leaking, which is a shame because I painted it real pretty, has to come out, and I have to go up on the roof early tomorrow morning and scrape the solar panels because some overspray got up there. I'll either mineral spirit mop them or scrape them, and then I think I'm gonna coat them with some Rain-X ceramic. That should make them bead water up pretty nice and protect them a little bit, being up there just directly vertical all day like that. But anyhow, I have to go pick up that spare tire cylinder tomorrow morning, and then we'll come back and we'll do kind of a little reveal, I guess. So stay tuned. Well guys, I got up this morning bright and early. Looks like it's going to be just about 100 today. It is muggy. So we got some touch-ups done. See how easy it is to fix this? I did that with a brush. Same thing on this side. I went on top of the roof to clean the solar panels off, and I first tried a mop with mineral spirits and a scrubbing pad, and that didn't do a darn thing. It took some of the dirt off, but other than that, it didn't do anything. So I had the experience and joy of using a little razor blade scraper, because that's all I had at 5 in the morning, to scrape all the panels, and then I wiped them all down, sprayed them with glass cleaner, and then ceramic coated them, and now they're slippery as all sin. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I also installed the porch light I just bought a inexpensive LED bar that shines yellow, and when I was putting it up I thought of something that I could probably do. I have an extra wire that goes into the shelter that's connected to the switch box in here. How cool would it be if you had an option to turn that on for whatever, you know, safety reasons, if somebody were to get too close. I'm just thinking outside the box. This morning I'm gonna take a little break from all of the painting and touch-ups and all that fun stuff, and I got about a 2-hour drive there and back to go pick up the spare tire cylinder so we can get the missing piece of the puzzle back up there. And the only other thing that I have coming up that I can think of is I bought a replacement LED light bar that goes here, but I mean that's nothing too exciting. Yeah, this is wrapping up and finishing up to be way better than I expected, and so far I'm really happy with it. Just a few touch-ups. I've got to go in the engine bay here, tilt the cab, and do the front of the frame rails with a brush. That's one spot I couldn't get to, and a little bit back here. I can do that at any point. Really not a big deal. What else? We'll go get that spare tire cylinder, we'll get that mounted, and then I can park Abel back in his original position. Maybe after I get that light bar installed, because I do not want to work out in the sunlight on a hot day like this. But anyhow, here we go. The one other thing I forgot to tell you guys is I had this whole cover masked off with a trash bag. I bought some brass stencils to redo these, so I'll be repainting this air filter cover and then putting the wording back on there. They might not be identical words, I might put something funny on there. But yeah, that's something that has to get done. And then I originally had delineators on the back here, reflector delineators. I don't know if I'm going to put those back in because it looks really nice without it, but maybe that's a good place to put bumper stickers and stuff like that. I don't know. I kind of like the clean look. I feel like I'm already getting carried away with a couple of the stickers that are on here, along with the YouTube logo on back, which, I mean, the YouTube logo is a YouTube logo, but yeah, I guess we'll see how far it goes. Okay. Luckily, I got this for free from the owner of SSI, Rick, who also does the air brake kits. He's working on a truck where they were deleting the spare tire holder, assembly, everything. So this one looks to be in a lot better shape than the one that I have. And it doesn't look like it's leaking everywhere, and the hoses aren't cracked. Well, not as bad anyway. So I'm going to try to swap out the entire assembly. I even got the pins for it. So it's already painted black for the most part, which is what I was planning on doing anyway. I might do a little bit of a touch-up, but yeah, pretty awesome. Well, as far as painting Abel again, aside from a few touch-ups I want to do at a later date, because I'm getting burnt out on the whole paint thing, this project turned out really well. I think even though it's miserable to do this in the heat, it's probably the best time to do it, and I waited till we had a heat wave. The first day was like 86 degrees, and then the last couple days have almost been 100. I think that that's going to help the paint cure a lot better, rather than, you know, trying to do it on a 70-degree day where you'll probably have some problems with that. Last thing we did here is finished up with the spare tire cylinder. It works a lot better. So I'm really happy with that. This whole project was stressful, but actually fun, because I got to fix a bunch of stuff that I've been waiting to fix for a long time, and this just gave me a reason to do it. Now, is it perfect? No. I'm gonna have to sand down a couple other runs and run a roller across it, but for the most part, as of right now, I'm really happy with it. Now, this is gonna harden into a shell, basically, but it takes a while for this paint to fully cure. This oil-based industrial, it doesn't have a hardener in it, so I'm gonna guess 7 to 10 days it'll probably be pretty rock solid. You can tell when you run your fingernail somewhere and it doesn't dig in anymore, it kind of scoots across it like a sheet of glass. That's what happened with the Rust-Oleum, and that's what's going to happen with this. They say you can touch it an hour after you paint it. You can, but if you, for instance, if you wait an hour and then you touch it and push down real hard and slide like that, you'll find out that the under layer is still gummy, and so it'll split the paint on the top, which is like a skin, and then you'll have to repaint that area, kind of like what happened on the steps here going into the cab. But I think I'm going to cut the episode off here. That was a lot of updates over the past 3 or 4 days in one episode. So if you guys liked this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. As always, you're going to want to stay tuned. You never know what's coming up on this channel. If you're into the motorcycle stuff, something is on the way for the Norden. That's going to be a big one. And then I'm going to do some tidying up on this behind the scenes, but I don't think I'm going to include much more of the whole painting thing or mounting the light bar or any of that stuff. So other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of each other, and as always, I will catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.